Good morning, friends. I am Milan Patel, and today we are going to learn a topic that is called direction. Okay. Now, friends, we know that reasoning is a very important part in any competitive examination. For example, if you are giving bank exams, or if you are giving any Gujarat government exams, or if you are giving any central government exams. Okay, so reasoning is that is a most important part. Okay, in every exam, the reasoning part is very scoring part. Okay, exams like banking as well as SSC, they all included the reasoning part. Okay, so friends, in reasoning, the one of the topic very scoring as well as very easy topic, that is known as direction sense. Okay, so in direction sense, we know that the questions are asked based on the directions, that is east, west, north and south. Okay, similarly they are subordinate directions. Okay, so they are asking questions based on direction, and this is a I can say that it is a easy topic, and definitely this is scoring topic. So you need you have to cover this direction topic in a reasoning part. You should not left this blank. Okay, in every examination you should attempt the questions related to direction. Okay, so let us start. This is very easy and very interesting topic, and as well as scoring topic. Okay, so mainly in direction sense, we are going to cover the questions. Mostly we can say that there are questions based on direction, that is east, west, north, south, as well as that subordinate direction like east, west, north, east. Okay, so that will cover in this first we can say that questions based on direction directly. Okay, secondly, we will see the questions based on angles as well as clock. Okay, so they are not only asking the questions based on direction, they also asked the questions by angles as well as clock. Okay, so we know that in direction they are measuring angles. Okay, and also the based on clock, that is clockwise rotation or anti-clockwise rotation. Okay, so and definitely in detail we are going to see one by one each, and we are solving questions based on this. Okay, third type is questions based on Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so they are also asking some questions that are based on Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so, suppose we can say that a person is moving, and if you want to find the distance between a point, or the distance between a person and their starting point, then we know that according to Pythagoras theorem we can find that one. Okay, so that we will see what is Pythagoras theorem and how to calculate sums based on Pythagoras theorem in direction. Okay, now next is questions based on shadow, that is sunrise and sunset. We know that sunrise and sunset, sunrise in the east direction, and it will set on west direction. So we are going to also see that the direction of well, we can say that the questions based on shadow. Okay, in which part the shadows of a person fell, if if it is in direction of east or if it is direction of west. Okay, so that we are going to cover in this topic. Okay, and last one we will see some miscellaneous questions. Okay, we can say that some hard questions that mostly they are asking in the examination. Okay, so that will also cover in this topic. Okay, so again friends, one by one we are going to cover these four types of questions mainly. The questions based on direction. Okay, so in each topic we are going to first elaborate. We are first going to see the basics of that topic, and then we will see questions answer based on this topic. Okay, so that is we can say we will start with easy questions, then we will also take one hard questions. Okay, so questions based on direction, then based on angles, then based on Pythagoras theorem, and then based on shadow. So that we are going to learn today. Okay friends, ready? Okay, now we'll start topic. Okay, so first we will start with questions based on direction. that is east, west, north and south. Okay. Okay friends, see, first we will see the questions that are based on directly based on direction. Okay, so we know that mainly we have a 4 direction, that is east, west, north and south. East and west both are opposite to each other. Similarly, north and south both are opposite to each other. Okay, apart from this 4 directions, there are more 4 directions are there, that is called northeast, northwest, southwest and southeast. Okay, southeast means the direction between exact middle location between south and north. Similarly, northeast is between north direction as well as east direction, and northwest, that is between north as well as west direction. Similarly, southwest direction is in between south and west. Okay, so these are, we can say that we can consider that east and west, we can suppose that east and west, we can say it is a horizontal direction. Similarly, north and south, we can say that it is a vertical direction. And for these directions that are made up of or we can say that is based on our main direction, they are called subordinate directions. Okay, so these are okay. So sometimes in if you heard about the term subordinate direction, then subordinate directions are based on main direction. Okay, that is we can say that there are 4 subordinate directions: northeast, northwest, southwest as well as southeast. Okay, so see, and one more thing that we are you are just one more word that you are going to you may see in examination, that is a crossing or a fixed point. Okay, so this we can say the cross this is the point where all directions, we can say that this point from which all directions we are just with this middle point, or you can say this is called a fixed point, or we can say that crossing point. If they are asking about, if you heard about these terms in examination, it means you need to consider this point. Okay, and sometimes also they asked about, they say that straight direction, so you need to consider north direction. Both are same thing, straight or we can say north direction. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so we can say that okay, so mainly we know that okay we okay, so if you draw the direction, this is called east, this is west, this is north and this is south direction. Okay, so mainly we have 4 direction: east, west, north, south. Okay, east west is a, we can say that it is a horizontal direction, north straight, north south is called vertical direction, and we have 4 subordinate direction, that is southeast, and in between north and south it is a in between north and east it is a northeast direction. In between west and north we can say it is a northwest or a northwest direction, and in between west and south it is called southwest direction. It is clear? And this central point, these 4 are subordinate directions, that is northwest, northeast, southeast and southwest, and this central point is called fixed point. Fixed point, or you can say crossing point. This is also called crossing point, or you can say fixed point. Okay, suppose if you find sentence like in examination, like a person is moving from east direction towards fixed direction, or to they are moving from east to fixed point, or moving from east to crossing point, then you need to consider this point. Suppose if person is started from this point, and if they are asking, if it is given in the sentence of question in examination that the person starts from this point, suppose consider this is A point, and moving towards fixed point. If fixed point means this point, so this that person is moving towards this point. Okay, that you need to remember. One more thing, north or straight. Okay, sometimes in examination they just given that a person is moving in straight direction. Okay, so if they are asking about straight direction, then you need to consider that is a north direction. Okay, so if they are asking that person is going towards a straight or they are going towards north direction, then both are same thing. Okay, so they are moving in this direction, that is a north direction. Is it clear? The basic concept, that is okay. So just we have seen now about directions, that are mainly 4 directions. Okay, east, west, north, south, and their subordinate direction, that is northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Okay, so these are the 4 direction and 4 subordinate direction. And also we have elaborate what is a subordinate direction, what is crossing or fixed point, or what is north or straight. Okay, so this type of terms you will find in my exams. Okay, in questions you will find if this type of terms, then you can easily understand it. Okay. So now secondly we are going to solve some sums that is based on this basic direction. Okay, so we will see one easy question as well as one intermediate, or you can say one hard question based on this one. Okay, now let us move to the questions that are based on a basic concept, that is direction. Okay, so here we have a first question. Okay, so we are going to see a first question based on a basic direction. Now question is what is the statement of question? From his school, Mark went 15 km to north, then he turned west and covered 10 km, then he turned south and covered 5 km, finally turning to the east. He covered 10 km. In which direction he is from the school? Okay, so 4 options are given here: east, west, north, and south. Okay, so how to draw? Okay, so what you need to do first of all, draw the north and this is south. Okay, now read questions statement by one by one. So from his school, Mark went 15 km to the north. Okay, so first we need to, okay, so in every questions you need to start, or you need to start from a point, that is first point, that is a fixed point. So from here we are going to start. Okay, so first consider Mark is here, then Mark went 15 km to the north. Okay, so first we will see Mark is going 15 km. Okay, suppose this is 15 km. Okay, so from here he went 15 km to the north side. This is north direction, and suppose he reached here, this point. Okay, 15 km distance. Okay, then he turned west. Now we, from this point, according to question, it is saying that he turned to west. It means in this direction. He turned west and covered 10 km. Okay, so again we will draw a line, that is, suppose this point up to this point, the distance is 10 km. Okay, so first they move to the north 15 km, then it will move 10 km towards west. Okay, then he okay, west covered 10 km, then he turned south and covered 5 km. Okay, so after that he turned south. So what is the direction of south? In this direction. Okay, so we can say that it will move 5 km. Okay, turning to the, okay, so okay, turn to south and covered 5 km. So this distance is 5 km. Finally turning to the east, and he covered 10 km. Okay, after that he is going towards east direction, and how much distance? It is covered 10 km. Okay, so we can say that suppose this is 10, so we, this direction is also 10. So after covering 10 kilometer, we can say that definitely it will reach to this line, or we can say this point. Okay, now they are asking in which direction is he from his school. So okay, so he started from his school. Consider this is his school, and then Mark reached here. Okay, so now this is a school and this is a position of Mark. So we need to consider, they are asking that in which direction is he from his school. So in which direction Mark is standing from his school. Okay, so we can say that this is Mark position, okay, and this is school position. So we can say that Mark is in north direction. See, from this point we can say that according to school the Mark is in north direction. Okay, so correct answer is north, that is in this direction, that is a north direction. So we can say that now at the final position of Mark is in north direction as compared to his school. Okay, we are considering this starting point as a school. Okay, from school he is in the north direction. Is it okay? Again, from his school, so we are starting from here, went 15 kilometer to the north. So 15 kilometer, after covering 15 kilometer, Mark reached to this point. Then he turned west and covered 10 kilometer. So in the west direction he will cover 10 kilometer. Then he turned south and covered 5 kilometer. So in the south direction he covered 5 kilometer, and again finally turning to the east and covered 10 kilometer. So covering to the east it will cover 10 kilometer, reach it this point finally. Okay, so they are asking the position of Mark from his school. So you can say Mark is in north direction as compared to his school. So right answer is north. Is it okay? Okay, so this is very basic, and this is very easy questions. Okay, you may find this type of questions. Okay, next. Okay, now we'll see a next question, that is intermediate, or we can say that some height question. Okay, so now we'll see a second question that is based on direction. Okay, okay, so what is the statement of question? Point A is 30 meter to the east of point B. Point C is 10 meter to the south of point A. Point D is 50 meter to the west of point C. Point E is exactly in the middle of the point D and F, and point D, E and F are in a straight line. The length of the DEF is 20 meter. Point F is to the north of point D. Point G is 50 meter to the east of point F. How far and which direction is point G from point A? Okay, so one by one we will see the sentence of this statement of questions, and we will draw the diagram according to it. Okay, so first point is point A is 30 meter to the east of point B. Okay, so first of all we draw okay, so we can say that it east direction, this is west, this is north and south. Okay, so we start from fixed point, that is this point. Point A is 30 meter to the east of point B. Point A is 30 meter to the east, it means in this direction A is there from east of point B. So suppose if we consider B over here, this fixed point, then at 30 meter we can say that A is in east of B. Okay, or you can say point A is 30 meter to the east of point B. Point A is 30 meter to the east of point B. Okay, whenever you find such a statement like point A is 30 meter to the east of point B, then you can consider the point B, and according to that you mark A point with respect to the direction that is in east direction. Okay, so now we can say that A is in east direction as a distance of 30 meter from point B. Okay, now next thing, point C is 10 meter to the south of point A. Okay, point C is 10 meter to the south of point A. So we should start from point A, and we need to mark point C 10 meter to the south. South means this direction. Okay, so if we go like this is suppose 10 meter, and we can say that this point is C. Okay, then point D is 15 meter to the west of point C. So now they are talking about point D, that is 15 meter in west direction. So this is west direction, so point D should be here. This is 15 meter. Point D is 15 meter to the west of point C. From this D is in west direction, 15 meter from point C. Okay, so okay, this is 30, it is 10 and 15. Okay, now next, what is the statement? Point E is exactly in the middle of the point D and point F. Okay, now point D is given, and now they are talking about point E, that is exactly in the middle of point D and point F. Okay, so we know that only we have here D point only, but they are not given any direction or they are not given any distance. Okay, so they are just telling us that point E is in exactly middle of point D and F. So suppose if we say this is D, this is F, then E should be in middle of F and D. Now point DEF lie in a straight line. So we can say all 3 points are in a straight line. Okay, then what they are given? The length of the DEF is 20 meters. So we know that this is a 20 meter. Point F is to the north of point D. Now they are telling that point F should be north in this direction from point D. So direction is given for point F, and we know that they are in straight line. So obviously from this point we can say that at 20 meter because this distance of the straight line is given 20 meter. So we can say that this is a total 20. So we can say that this is 10 as well as this is 10 because E is in middle. So we can mark point E over here and we can mark point F over here. Okay, point F. So okay, next point G is 15 meter to the east of point F. Point G is 15 meter to the east of point F. So again we are going 15 meter over here. Okay, and that point is G, that is 15 meter from point F to the east of point F. Okay, so point G is in east direction with respect to point F. Okay, how far and which direction is point G from point A? Now we need to find this distance from point A. What is the direction of point G as well as what is the distance between this point A and point G? So that we are going to find now. Okay, so we can say that G is in north direction directly. Okay, so this is our north direction. So point G is in north direction with respect to point A. So we can say that first thing, it is confirmed that it is in north direction. Okay, second, if we need to find distance, we know that they are giving total 20 meter. This DEF line is of 20 meter. Okay, so obviously here the distance is 10 meter between A and C. So obviously E and D should be 10 meter and 10 meter should be over here between E and F. So this is also a 10 meter. we can say that this distance is 10 meter. So the correct answer is G is in north direction with respect to A and at a distance of 10 meter. So correct answer is B option, 10 meter north. Is it clear? It is in we can say that 10 meter to the north. This is the north direction and total the distance between G and A is 10 meter. Is it clear, friends? Okay, so such a type of questions they may ask in examination. Okay, obviously this is easy and scoring topic, so you should not left this type of questions. You should attempt this, you must attempt this. Okay, now okay, so we have covered a first type of questions, that are questions based on direction, that is east, west, north, south. Okay, now we are going to elaborate at the next topic. Okay, okay, next questions that are based on angles and clock. Okay, so that we are going to see now, the questions based on angles and clock. Now this is a diagram. You can see here the four directions is given over here and their subordinate direction they are given here. Okay, similarly the angles are also given. Okay, so for example, if we start from 0 degree over, we know that, and if we move, okay, and we know that clock direction. Okay, so we can say that according to clock, we can say it is in clockwise direction as well as we can say it is in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so here first one is given clockwise direction. So clockwise, we can say, suppose from north we start from 0 degree, then this direction north and east it is at 45 direction, then 90, then 135, 180, 225, 270 and 315, and lastly it is 360 degree. Okay, that we will see. Similarly, an anti-clockwise direction, so this is the clockwise direction, means we will move according to clock, according to hands of clock, and this is called anti-clockwise. It means we are going to move anti-clockwise, means opposite of the clock's hand. Okay, and from that the angles are reverse here. 0 degree, it will start with 0 degree, then 45, 90 and up to 360 degree. Okay, now see, suppose we know that this is our east direction, this is west, this is north and south. Okay, if it is given in a clockwise direction, we know that clocks move in this direction. So according to that, we can consider if we move, suppose we start from here and if we move in this direction, that is called a clockwise direction. This is clockwise movement, clockwise rotation. Okay, similarly, if we move opposite to this clockwise direction, it is an anti-clockwise. So if we start from this and if we move in this direction, that is we can say the anti-clockwise direction. This is clockwise direction. Okay, and we know that from starting point, that is a north direction. Okay, if you consider 0 degree over here, and we know that north and east direction both are at 90 degree, so this angle is 90 degree. Okay, similarly over here we have 90 degree and also a 90 degree, but we know that there are subordinate direction in between north and main direction, so we consider this is northeast, but if we measure this angle, it will be 45 and this will be 45, the total will be 90. Okay, similar to this quarter also in east and south, this is 90 degree, but if we draw the subordinate direction, then also it will divide into 45 plus 45, that is 90 degree, similar to here and over here. Okay, so we can say that the angle between north and northeast is 45, north to east is 90 degree. Okay, similarly you need to add 45 each time in each direction. So 45, again this, if we get this 45 degree, then we know that total will be this is 45 degree, then here it will be 45, 90 plus 45, that is 135 degree. Okay, so then exactly in opposite direction, north to south, it is 180 degree. Okay, so angle between north to south, it will become 180. Again, if you go in opposite side, or you can say in anti-clockwise direction, then we will start from here. This is again here it is 45, 45, 45, 45. We are just going in this anti-clockwise direction. Is it clear? Okay, so let us see. Okay, these are our direction. Okay, and if we start from this point, suppose we are going a clockwise direction. Okay, these are their subordinate directions. So first we will see this is 45 degree, this will be 90 degree, and if we add 90 plus 45, then it will be 135. Okay, again if you start from over here and if we reach over here, then this is 180 degree. Again if we start from here and if we reach to this direction, then 180 plus again this 45, we can say that it is a 225 degree. Okay, and if we reach over here, this total, that will be 270 degree, and again if we add 45, that is 315 degree, and again if we add 45, then finally we will reach to the 360 degree. Is it okay? Similarly, if we start in anti-clockwise, then you need to start from here, 45, 45, we need to add a 45 direction. Okay, now next thing. Okay, also you need to consider your side, that is a left as well as right side. Okay, suppose if you are facing towards north direction, then your left side should be in this direction, right should be in this direction. Similarly, if you are facing east, then your left is there, right is here. If you are facing south, then your left is this, your right is this. According to your position, you need to find this direction. Okay, similarly, if you are in west direction, this is your left, this is your right. Okay, for example, suppose this is east direction, then if they are asking what is your left side, if you are facing here on the east direction, then obviously this will be our left and this will be our right. Okay, opposite to this, if you are facing west direction, okay, then this is your right, exactly opposite to this is your left. Similarly, in north, we know that this is our left, this is our right, and if we see a south, then opposite to this is right and this is left. Is it clear? Okay, so they are also asking to move in questions about the person is moving towards right, they are moving not only direction, but they are also asking about their side, that is the right side or left side. So you need to remember that thing. Okay, so next we'll solve some questions they're based on clock as well as angles. Okay. Okay, so first question, a boy is facing west, he turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction and then another 180 degree in the same direction and then 270 in the anti-clockwise direction. What direction is he facing now? Okay, so first we'll see the boy is facing west. Okay, we know that this is our suppose this is a fixed point, then that side is a east direction, this is a west direction. Okay, if boy is facing west, he turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction. Okay, so he turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction, means suppose this is east, we'll draw here. Now first thing they given in question, a boy is facing west, so this is a west direction, so you can say that boy is facing in this direction. Okay, he turns 45 degree in the clockwise. We know that clockwise means according to the movement of hands of clock, that is in this direction. So we can say that from here it will move 45 degree, first thing. Clear? Then and then another 180 degree in the same direction. It means in the clockwise direction only, but angle is now 180 degree. Okay. So first it will turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction, then another 180 degree in the same direction. Okay. So from here you need to consider 180 degree. Okay. So we can say that this is a north and this is a south. Okay, this is east. Clear? Okay, sorry. Actually we considered 90 degree. They are given a boy is facing west and he turned 45 degree in the clockwise. 45 degree means we know that only this angle. We have considered 90 degree. So I was wrong, I am sorry. This is it turns only 45 degree. Okay, so this is west direction, then he is facing northwest. Okay, so now he is facing northwest, that is a 45 degree. Okay, then again in clockwise direction, another 180 degree in the same direction. It means he is going only in clockwise but in 180 degree. So we know that 180 degree, if you need to find 180 degree, then opposite to northwest, we can say that this angle is 180 degree. The angle between, that is a straight line. Okay, so this is 45, again we move clockwise, that is 180 degree. Okay, then 270 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so 270 degree now is moving anti-clockwise, it means in this direction. So from here we need to measure 270. So this is 180 plus 45. Okay, we are moving. So from this you move 180 degree anti-clockwise. Okay, then if you want to measure 270 degree, then we should add again 190 degree. That will become 270 degree. Okay, so 180 degree, it will move over here. Again, if we consider 90 degree from here, that is 45 this and 45 this. Okay, so this is total 90. So we can say this is total 270 degree from this point to this point, that is 270 degree. And we know that this direction is called southwest. Okay, so the question is that which direction is he facing now? So the correct option is southwest. This is a southwest direction. So option A is correct, that is southwest direction. Okay, this is very simple questions. First they are facing west, then move clockwise 45 degree, then another 180 degree clockwise, then anti-clockwise 270 degree and reach on this point. And we easily say that now is in southwest direction. So option A is correct, that is a southwest. Is it clear? Okay. Now we'll see the next question, that is based on clocks only. Okay, what is the statement? A clock is so placed that at 2 p.m. the minute hand point towards northwest. In which direction does the hour hand point at 6 p.m.? Okay, so first we know that this is east, west, north and south. In questions they are asking that a clock is placed so that at 2 p.m. the minute hand point towards northwest. Northwest means this direction, northwest. Okay, so we can draw a clock. Okay, now we know that in clock 12 mark over here, 6 is here, 3 is over here and 9. In between there we have a 2 over here, because they are asking about 2 p.m. the minute hand point towards northwest. Okay, so we know that at 2 p.m. or and at 2 and minute hand will point towards 12. So they are considering this as a northwest direction. Minute hand at 2 p.m. towards northwest. So we can consider this is a minute hand of at 2 p.m. and it is pointing towards 12, or you can say they are considering this. According to question, it is given that this is a northwest direction. Okay. Now, in which direction does the hour hand point at 6 p.m.? So we know that at 6 p.m. hour hand will be towards 6. Minute hand is obviously towards 12, but hour hand it will towards 6. Okay, so this is our hour hand point at 6 p.m. Okay, so at 6 p.m. in this direction. Okay, so you can see that this is, now we can say that both are in opposite direction. Minute hand of 2 p.m. and hour hand of 6 p.m. both are in exact opposite direction. So if this is northwest, then what is the opposite of northwest? Opposite direction of northwest is, we can say that, southeast. So obviously this will be southeast direction. Okay, so option D is given over here, that is a southeast. So southeast is a correct answer, correct option. Is it clear? Okay, again we'll see what is the given in question. A clock is so placed at 2 p.m. the minute hand point towards northwest. Okay, we know that at 2 p.m. hour hand will be towards 2 and minute hand will be towards 12. Okay, and according to question, it is given in the northwest direction. Then they are asking in which direction does the hour hand point at 6 p.m. So at 6 p.m. hour hand will be towards 6 p.m. 6 number, and minute hand will be towards 12. So minute hand at 2 p.m. and hour hand at 6 p.m. both are in opposite direction. So they are given northwest in this direction. So obviously opposite of this northwest is southeast. According to this diagram, we can say that this is northwest, then this is southeast. So option D is correct, that is southeast. Is it clear? Very easy question. Okay. Now we'll move towards the next question. Okay, so we have covered the questions based on simple direction, that is east, west, north, south, and their subordinate direction. And also we have covered questions based on angles as well as clock. We have seen that how anti-clockwise, clockwise movement according to direction, and their left and right side, as well as angles between any two directions. Okay, that we have covered, and questions based on that is also covered. Next is questions based on Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so that we'll see in next lecture.